Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Well, the Friar Faithful coming into Petco Park here tonight, and they hope that this is the night the Padres will get back on the winning track. Sidetracked a little bit here by the Washington Nationals and their very, very hot pitching staff here at Petco Park. This is the final game of this three-game series as the Padres look to gain a game here in this series from the Washington Nationals. And good evening, everybody. It's Andy Mazer in for Dick Enberg along with Mark Grant. And let's talk a little bit about the offense. We've talked a lot about the pitching. The numbers don't look real good, but there are some guys that are hitting the baseball.
Well, the pitching staff for the Padres have kept the Padres in a lot of their ball games. But when you talk hitting, there have been 4 hitters that have been very consistent. Not the 4 H's, because you've got Headley, Hundley, Hudson, Venables mixed in there. We'll call them the 4 horsemen. But the Padres need to get not 4, maybe 5 or 6 hitters on the same page and collectively hot, because then that puts pressure on the opposing pitchers, because that will protect each and every hitter in the lineup. So hopefully they can stay hot along with maybe a couple other Padre hitters.
And it gets no easier tonight because the fact that they're going against Edwin Jackson, who does have a no-hitter to his credit.
Edwin Jackson can have electric stuff, and at times he could be wild. His last start, he did not issue any walks. 5 runs, 6 hits in the first inning. But for Edwin Jackson, he had a lot of those hitters, maybe 5 or 6 of them, 0-2. He gave up a couple broken bat hits. He can be right on. But one thing is for sure, if these Padre hitters, the 4 we talked about, can get on base, Jackson will be around the plate. He proved it last time out. He didn't issue any walks. He can get up around 95 miles an hour, so they should get some pitches to hit tonight.
And Edinson Volquez will go for his first win as a member of the San Diego Padres. Again, opposed by Edwin Jackson as the Padres look to avoid the 3-game sweep. Final game of the 3-game series coming up next for Petco Park. And we're ready for some baseball here in downtown San Diego as the Padres will try to salvage a game in this 3-game series. Nationals and their pitching staff have taken the first 2. As manager Davey Johnson will put this lineup together here to face Edinson Volquez. It'll be Ian Desmond. He'll be leading off at shortstop once again. Danny Espinosa is the second baseman batting second. Chad Tracy will be at third base once again for the injured Ryan Zimmerman. Adam LaRoche, the cleanup man at first base. Jason Worth will bat fifth in right field. Center fielder Rick Ankiel hits sixth. Former Padre Xavier Nady in left field hitting seventh. Wilson Ramos behind the plate batting eighth. And Edwin Jackson will be on the mound, and he will bat at the ninth spot. And Edinson Volquez, Mark Grant looking for his first Padres win.
You know, last time out, 6 innings, way too many pitches. 98 tosses in those 6 innings. 3 earned runs. He walked 3. He has to cut down on the walks this evening. Go right after these Washington National hitters right out of the gate. Hey, we've talked about the location of the fastball. We've talked about the great changeup. You might see a nasty number 2 tonight, that being Uncle Charlie, the curveball.
Gotta love the Uncle Charlie. Right behind Edinson Volquez, this is how they line up defensively. Kristen Orphy in left, Maben in center, Venable in right. Henley and Bartlett on the left side of the infield. Hudson and Alonso on the right. And the battery of Edinson Volquez and Nick Hundley. Hundley getting the day off yesterday, back in there today. 63 degrees here at game time. A light breeze out of the west-southwest at 7, and it is mostly cloudy. Well, the sun is trying to peek its head out of the cloud before the sun sets here tonight. Scott Berry will be the home plate umpire. Gary Darling, crew chief, over at first base. Lance Barrett at second, and Paul Emmel will be the umpire at third base. As Edinson Volquez will get to work here against Ian Desmond.
Hey, let's watch a big league ball game.
I'd like nothing more than do that. And let's invite some of our friends to watch with us.
Would love that.
All right.
Sit back and enjoy.
As Volquez, opening day starter for the Padres. Second time in his big league career he's been the opening day starter for a team. And getting ready to work here to Ian Desmond. Top of the order. He is a 1 for 7 so far in this series. And the first pitch of our ball game is smacked into center. But it'll hang up as Maben will make the catch. That's efficient. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Edinson Volquez on pace to throw 27 pitches tonight.
That'd be some kind of record, wouldn't it?
Hey, that goes back to what I said. Challenge these hitters. Sure, they might swing at the first pitch fastball, but even though he hit it on the screws right at his center fielder, that's why he's out there.
So here's Danny Espinosa. And kind of furthering that point, let me ask you this. As a former pitcher yourself, if you knew you had a team behind you that was struggling offensively, do you have to fight that temptation to say, hey, I got to make perfect pitches every time?
Sometimes it does enter your mind. Absolutely. You feel like you have to make perfect pitches, but you have to trust your stuff and stick to your game and not let it affect you. That's the tough part. You have to get through that mentally.
Good sign right there. Gets ahead. Strike 1. On Espinosa, switch hitter from the left side. And the next one on the way. A little bit outside. And it'll leave in the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Look at the numbers for Volquez against the Nationals, and we'd rather not look at it. 1-1 with a 9.72 in a couple of previous starts. But tonight is a new night.
Nice.
Takes a strike.
Nice curveball. Mentioned that about Volquez. And believe me, these hitters in the National League, they've got that changeup in the back of their mind. Great rotation, great location to get ahead 1 and 2. If he can throw 10 to 12 pitches this first inning or fewer pitches, it's going to be a good start.
1-2 the count. Waste one outside. 2-2.
Just working under the changeup a little bit.
That's interesting you point that out, too, because everybody gets the scouting reports that we see. And Volquez, obviously, fastball changeup mostly.
Sure.
Good idea. They're going to slip that change in there every once in a while. Keep everybody honest. And a drive to second. Nice little backhand pick there by Hudson. He'll throw him out. 2 away. So the first 2 retired on a total of 6 pitches.
And once again, a ball hit well, but right at the defender. Hey, they've been out there for 200 years, right? Exactly right.
Very true.
Last I checked, the center fielder's been out there about 200 years, and the second baseman as well.
Maybe not that particular second baseman,
exactly,
but yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I get what you're talking
That'd be a heck of a play if Orlando Hudson's been out there for 200 years.
You have to call him the old dog instead of the O-dog. So here's Chad Tracy. And a fastball high. Tracy, of course, the hero of the first night of these 3 games of the series with that pinch hit, 2-run single right back up the middle against Clayton Richard. Kind of set the tone for this series. The Padres try to salvage a game. Gets in on nicely with a changeup that time, 1-1.
If he can get that feel for the changeup and pitch backwards like he just did there, 1-0 fastball count, pulling the string. Edinson Volquez should have a nice night.
A couple of those young Nationals pitchers looking on at the veteran Edinson Volquez. And that's popped up. Chase Headley's the man calling. And is the man catching. And a very efficient 9-pitch, 1-2-3 inning for Edinson Volquez. Padres coming up in their half of the first. It's scoreless. Padres baseball brought to you by AT, the largest 4G network. AT, rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. Very efficient 1-2-3 inning there for Edinson Volquez, as Bud Black will lead his team out on the field here again in search of a win against these Washington Nationals. Here is the lineup that he will send out against Edwin Jackson. Will Venable will be the first man to face Jackson there with a leadoff hitter in right field. Chris Denorfia will bat second and left. Headley at third base, batting third. Nick Hundley, the cleanup hitter, as behind the plate. Yonder Alonso will be at first base, batting fifth. Hudson at second base, hits sixth. Maben out in center will bat seventh. Jason Bartlett, the eighth place hitter, and Edinson Volquez will bat ninth. As Venable takes the first pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. Will in the series 2 for 8. One of those guys we mentioned in the open that has been hitting the baseball. And back in the leadoff spot where he's ahead in the count.
Have to be patient against Edwin Jackson. He can get wild with that fastball. Slider, curve, change to go along with the heater. As I mentioned, mid to upper 90s. But sometimes not sure where it's going.
And that one's hit foul pretty sharply. 2-1. Edwin Jackson making his fourth start.
And his career numbers against the Padres not so nice. 0-3, a 5.4 ERA. His fourth start of the year. 28-year-old All-Star in 2009.
And a ground ball handled there by Espinosa. He'll throw out Venable. So you saw Espinosa there at second base. Rest of the defense here for the Nationals. Nady, Ankiel, and Worth. That is your outfield left to right. Tracy and Desmond on the left side of the infield. Espinosa and LaRoche on the right. And Edwin Jackson throwing the ball to Wilson Ramos for Davey Johnson's Washington Nationals.
Third in defense for the Nats.
Yes, they are.
8 double plays they've turned. Committed 10 errors. Tied for first in that category for the fewest errors with the Fightin' Phils and the Dodgers.
So here is Denorfia. There's that mid-90s fastball you talked about in for strike one.
Free and easy delivery from Edwin Jackson. Not a violent delivery.
Checked on that breaking ball. But it's called a strike. So now Denorfia down to the count with Headley waiting on deck. Chase with a 7-game hitting streak. And a waste pitch there. A good block by Ramos. Now Jackson has traveled around. I mean, he got himself a World Series ring, though, last appearing with the St. Louis Cardinals. Diamondbacks and White Sox a couple of years ago. And a tapper off of home plate. And it'll be fielded foul.
Yeah, 7th club for Edwin Jackson. 7th club for Xavier Nady as well. So well traveled.
I guess you have to look at it as though, hey, somebody wants me. May not be the team you start with. He was with the Dodgers originally.
Look at that watercolor painting. Is that beautiful?
I tell you what, take a picture of that. Nicely done. That is a beautiful sunset here in San Diego with the clouds. And that went inside on Denorfia.
Well, he had him 0-2. Now he's worked it even to 2-2.
Looks good from that angle, too, doesn't it?
There's the slider.
Denorfia has worked it full.
I was just going to mention he had yet to see the slider from Jackson. So good job by Chris Denorfia being disciplined. Now the count's in his favor. Try to locate a fastball away here. Drive it to right center field.
In the air, deep to center. That's going to send Ankiel back. But he catches up and makes that catch a couple of feet on the warning track.
Didn't really have that clean, crisp sound off the sweet spot. Maybe down towards the end of the bat. He was on it. Jackson missed with location, and quite frankly, Denorfia got a pitch that he could drive. It was elevated. It was up 3-2. Yeah, it didn't kind of off the end of the bat a little bit.
A little bit of a thud rather than a crack. We saw Ankiel yesterday have some trouble with those balls anyway, so you never know. As Headley will swing first ball. And falls behind 0-1. Headley, as we mentioned, one of the guys with a hitting streak. He has a 7-game streak. Orlando Hudson with that homer yesterday, an 8-game streak. And Headley has been arguably the most consistent guy that the Padres have had from day one. Ramos needing a little extra time as that ball took the glove right off his hand. You don't see that very often.
A lot of catchers, a lot of infielders, they'll wear the glove not all the way down by their wrist. It's kind of like half.
And a roller to second. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Edwin Jackson as well. Both teams go in order in their halves of the first inning. We played one full, still scoreless here at Petco. And that young lady enjoying some popcorn, and time for you to enjoy our Lexus keys to the game. For those, we turn to Mark Grant.
Well, thank you very much, Andy Mazer. Here's some keys that we're thinking about prior to today's game, and it's around Edinson Volquez. No freebies from the right-hander. He did quite well in the first inning, 1, 2, 3. No free passes, no walks. Hey, join in with the quartet offensively. We talked about the 4 horsemen, right, in the lineup in the pregame show. Other key members have to contribute. Cameron Maben. We talked about Nick Hundley, Venable, Hudson, Headley. Hey, join the act.
Why not?
Doesn't cost anything.
So Adam LaRoche will be the first man to face Volquez here in this second inning.
Oh, we got the shift working. 3 infielders. That means he likes to pull the ball on the ground to the right side.
Just kind of goes to show you with those numbers there about you can actually just break out any time. I mean, he does not have a good career pattern there in April, but this April, a different story. When a team is going well, everybody seems to be hitting.
And it's the hitters around you.
Very
right?
true.
And that's the point we were trying to make in the pregame show regarding the 4 hitters for the Padres who are swinging well.
So Volquez behind now, 2 balls and 1 strike with Jason Worth waiting on deck. Deck in the vicinity of that circle. Actually, not even really close to that circle, to be honest with you. There's a foul out of play. Why don't they even put that little circle down there, by the way? Nobody ever stands in it.
That's where Jason Worth should be. But look at how far away he is. What is that? It's about what? 15 feet?
Yeah. I mean, I know the circle's down there to have that extra equipment there with the weighted bat and the donut and that kind of thing. But you're extremely close to home plate. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. Good fastball. First strikeout for Volquez, and 1 away in the Nationals' second.
That was the old 2-seamer. Started in, comes back on the inside corner. Oh, yeah, that'll straighten up a left-hander. And that is a great pitch by Volquez. Nice drive. Let's check out the stride. Stride looks to be maybe a little long, but he hit his spot very nicely. That's a big league pitch.
And Jason Worth with his big league beard at the plate.
Amen to that, brother.
Volquez wants a new ball. Yeah, I think he needs to clean that up just a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like down around the neck area.
Exactly,
kind of
right
shape.
around the neckline. Huh?
Yeah.
Not that I'm a fashion maven by any stretch, but I did have a beard this offseason, and, you know, that was one of the things you had to worry about. Going out in public looking good. So Worth with a home run and 8 runs batted in early on in this season, hitting at .292. He came into this game, or came into this series at a .322 clip. But an 0 for 6 will dip that average down early in the season. 1-1 now. There were a lot of fans with the Washington Nationals that were wanting to add a LESS after the Worth part of his last name last year. Volquez falls behind. But we talked about that the other day with the pressures of what money brings to the table.
Some players added pressure. Some players, hey, the pressure's off. I'm going to go out and have fun.
And now 3-1 on Worth.
That's too bad we don't get a chance to see Steven Strasburg. He'll pitch tomorrow night.
I believe it's a matchup of him and Clayton Kershaw.
That's a good one.
We have been pumping that series up north a little bit, and rightfully so.
Actually, they're going to go Saturday, so I stand corrected. According to the notes for the Washington Nationals, Saturday, Steven Strasburg, Chad Billingsley. Scott Boras in the house. Hey, Andy, you need an agent?
There he is.
And he likes sushi.
Full count here on Worth. Still full. So a very effective and efficient 9-pitch inning in the first inning.
Scott Borson's enjoying some sushi, and I'm sure he told, hey, put that on Alex Rodriguez's bill, will you?
He's got a pretty long and distinguished client list, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Got him looking. Changeup on the outside corner. 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Volquez.
What a great pitch. 3-2, and locating a changeup down and away. It doesn't get any better than that. Worth is thinking fastball. Great pitch by Volquez.
And it kind of goes to what you're talking about. Maybe you can explain a little bit further when you talk about pitching backwards.
Mm-hmm. Fastball count. Then you throw an off-speed pitch. That's pitching backwards. 1-0, 2-0. Breaking ball rather than trying to locate the fastball. 3-0, 3-1 off-speed pitch. Because usually when a hitter is behind in the count, they're looking off-speed pitches, right? Big curveball in the dirt or something.
In the air to center. They've been started in, but will camp under it. And another 1-2-3 inning for Edinson Volquez. Heading to the bottom of the second, still scoreless at Petco.
Welcome back to Padres baseball on Fox Sports San Diego. Game is scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And as the Padres take the field to bat, one of the things that has been brought up many times over the past few days is the dimensions of Petco Park. It is our Geico quote of the game from Padres CEO Tom Garfinkel. Ultimately, when a pitcher leaves one out over the plate and a hitter crushes it, the hitter should be rewarded. And in this park, that doesn't always happen. He said, I'm not sure that is the way the game is intended to be played. And so it has been brought up in discussion recently, and they've talked about maybe the fences should be brought in. Buddy Black said he would be in favor of discussing it. So that's what we're working with right now. Nothing, of course, concrete, but something to think about. Food for thought as we send it back upstairs to Andy Mazer and Mark Grant. Guys.
All right, Layla, thank you. And it kind of brings up an interesting point with Nick Hundley at the plate, because when Nick signed his contract extension, I remember being in the media room there in Peoria, and the question came up to Nick about his lifetime batting average at Petco Park, which is well above 300. As he misses an extra base hit by inches there and broke the bat. But he said that he had never really ever squared up a ball 100% that did not go out of Petco Park.
Interesting.
And he wondered why some of his teammates, currently and maybe former, would come back to the dugout shaking their head. And he said, hey, all you got to do is hit the ball harder or hit the ball better.
Right.
But there is something to it. I mean, there is some at least worth a discussion.
That's interesting, though, the percentages of the people that have participated in the poll.
And Hundley retired. And that fan poll that you were talking about with the text question about would you be in favor of moving the fences in at Petco Park, surprisingly 73% say no. we do invite you to keep on voting. Text that vote to 53548. Don't forget standard rates do apply, but we love your opinion on that. No pun intended. I'm kind of on the fence on that one because Alonso gets into the gap in left center. That's going to split it, but it's going to bounce off that track into the seats. And a ground rule double for Yonder Alonso. Loves to go the opposite way and has got good power that way.
Hey, don't fence me in.
I'm sorry. I've been out riding fences, Desperado.
I, quite frankly, would like to see the fences brought in. Not everywhere, but in certain parts of this ballpark. As Alonso hits it on the warning track. Super Bowl bounce. And a double, his 6th of the year for Yonder. For me, I love, chicks dig the long ball.
Absolutely.
Right? I love also the chance for a club, particularly here at home, Padres, late inning heroics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Have a guy hit one to the opposite field for a game winner. How many times have we seen that?
It's been a while. It has been a while. I remember 07, there were a few times where Scott Hairston and Khalil Green and those guys were able to get that ball over the left field wall. As Hudson now down, no balls and 2 strikes with Alonso at second.
Hey, I love a pitcher's duel. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan. But a little bit of offense, a little bit more offense, I think would be some kind of that.
I think this park favors right-handers.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting when Carlos Quentin comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not saying Carlos Quentin is going to lead the Padres to the promised land,
right.
But he's going to be a bona fide right-handed pull hitter who can flirt with that 336 down the left field line and left center in 401.
See, to me, that right center number, that 400.
Yeah.
And then a little bit to the right of that is where it becomes a little unfair. Slowly rolled. It'll be fielded by Jackson. So as good as a sacrifice right there as Hudson will roll out for out number 2. That gets Alonso down to third. Now with 2 away for Cameron Maben. But how many balls have we seen hit toward the out-of-town scoreboard and right field that sound really, really good off the bat, but just don't quite get there?
Yep. And I'm a firm believer. And as Mr. Garfinkel said in the quote, you square one up, you hit one well, you should be rewarded.
It's true. Buddy Black agreeing with that, as Layla pointed out, that thought it was a good time to discuss it. But right now the fans don't agree. And we'll get some more info on that later in the game. Maben will take one low. Jackson does go to the slider that time. Chance for the Padres to strike first here. It has been a struggle, though, in this series with runners in scoring position, just 1 for 12 in the series.
Hey.
Almost got enough of the glove on that to keep it in the dirt and not back to the screen.
Just dark clouds, folks. I don't think any rain's going to happen. It's not in the forecast, is it?
I don't think it is. So Maben ahead in this count. See if we get something good to hit right here.
And let's see if Jackson pitches backwards. So backwards would mean he'd throw an off-speed pitch here, being a fastball count.
Went right to the fastball.
Yep.
And got a called strike.
Yeah, 94. He's gone 94, 95 on the heater.
Yonder Alonso has been a doubles machine. We've talked about the triples. But Alonso, 3 doubles in his last 5 ABs. Now 3-1 on Maben.
We need to get Cameron Maben going.
And we saw flashes of it last year. What potential this guy has. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. First and third. And now it'll be up to Jason Bartlett to get that first run of the game home.
Threw him a 3-1 slider.
Those clouds do look angry, don't they?
Yes, they do. I hope I just didn't jinx
I was going to say.
The weather gods.
It's been a very strange day down here with being warm, then humid, then cool, then warm, then humid, then cool. It's followed a little bit of a pattern. But no complaints right now. We're able to watch one low. And Jackson scuffling just a bit here with his control and command here in the second inning.
It's exactly the situation we're talking about in the pregame show, how other hitters in the lineup need to come through big time with a 2-out knock with a runner or runners in scoring position.
Bounce to the right side. But to the second baseman. And Espinosa will throw out Bartlett. The Padre threat is done. No score after 2 here at Petco Park. Enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Cocktails.
You buying?
Gladly.
All right. Love that shot as we look in from the park at the park. Over that right center field wall, the beach in that foreground. And back here to action with Edinson Volquez facing Xavier Nady. First pitch is outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Padres with the only hit so far in the game. That was a double by Alonso. Nady didn't play yesterday. 1 for 4 in game 1. And fouls that one out of play. 1-1.
Xavier Nady, a Scott Boras guy. Remember when X was drafted by the Padres back in 2000? He came up for the last week of the season, got a taste of the big league life, and then up for good in 2003. So it's been kind of a trying time for Xavier Nady. Being a #1 pick, everybody's hopes and dreams is to make it to the big leagues. You stay with the team for a long time, and you stay away from injury.
That's the key right there with Nady. Unfortunately, has not been able to stay away from the injury bug.
Great kid, too.
Pitch by Volquez. That's in the air. And Will Venable will camp under that one to make the catch for out #1.
Well, Mark Sweeney's down by the dugout. And Marco, you were a teammate of X. Good kid, huh?
Yeah, outstanding teammate. And just going through adversity is one of those things. Not signing until late in the spring training was very difficult for him mentally. But good to see him on a major league roster for sure.
A little perseverance there with a couple of different Tommy John surgeries for a guy that plays the outfield and the infield at first base. That's tough. I mean, to come back from 1, let alone 2. And a bouncer in the hole. That'll get into left field for a base hit. So 1 out base hit for Ramos.
1 hopper, 2 hopper. Well, it scoots through quickly.
So now Edwin Jackson will come up. Headley anticipating the bunt. Strike called as he pulls the bat back.
Walked in the clubhouse today. Yonder Alonso came out to me. He goes, "Hey, did you like that bunt play the other day? Remember when?"
Yeah.
He goes, "As soon as that ball was off the bat up in the air, I had it in my mind that I was going to do that." He was thinking the play all along, and he elaborated on it.
And a good bunt there by Jackson. And they get the runner at first. A successful sacrifice. If you're scoring at home, that goes 5-4. And now 2 away with a runner in scoring position.
He said, "I remember seeing Luis Castillo, remember with the Marlins? He would always do that." It happened yesterday. Sack situation up in the air. Alonso lets it drop. Fires for the force, and then they get in the pickle. But he said, "Hey, watching Luis Castillo with the Marlins, it always stuck in my mind that in a situation like that to where the runners have to hold, I can get that baseball, let it drop, and get the lead runner."
And he played it off very well.
And he explained it like he was a little kid in Little League. "Hey, did you see the play? Did you like that?"
So here's Desmond. He looked like he wanted to bunt. And after appeal, it is a ball outside, 1-0. Now, my only question on that play was, with your momentum coming in, why not the immediate throw to third to get the force there? Because when you throw to second, it takes the force off at third, so you actually have to tag the runner. But hey, it worked out, so who cares, right?
Exactly.
Way up and in, almost hit him. So 2-0 on the leadoff hitter Desmond with a runner in scoring position. Nationals 7 for 20 so far in this series with those runners in scoring position. Oak has taken some extra time here with those runners, with the runner on, that is, and a foul third base.
If Edinson can get out of this inning with throwing fewer than 35 pitches, he'd be money. Right now, 32 total, 35 pitches, 3 innings of work would be on a good start for the first 3 innings for the right-hander.
Well, just the fact that he made it out of that first inning, as we talked about, to further that point, his ERA in his career in that first inning is 6.05. Settling in for a 2-1 pitch. Changeup. Actually, the fastball a little bit faster than the changeup.
I thought it was a changeup as well because it had that movement on it, and it really didn't have that pop in Nick Hundley's glove.
It was explosive at the very end. Well, if it fooled you too, I feel bad.
It did.
Yeah. Scoreless game. We're in the third inning. Jammed him. And a weak little pop-up as Alonso will take care of that one. We head to the bottom of the third inning, still scoreless at Petco Park.
Baseball on Fox Sports San Diego. Nationals and Padres scoreless. Third inning, and the Padres have made some roster moves. Unfortunately, Micah Owings, the relief pitcher, is on the disabled list. Buddy Black said he had lingering forearm issues, so he's going to get some rest. Padres bring up Dale Thayer from Tucson. They say he's thrown well in Arizona, and he's the guy pitching the best. So guess what? He gets the call, and now he's the guy who performs well enough to get called up to the big league club. Sporting an excellent mustache, by the way, you guys. Andy Mazer, Mark Grant, back to you.
We got the facial hair report covered, team to team.
Thank you, Layla. Nice work.
Just hear the promo now. Team coverage of facial hair. So Volquez at the plate here against Edwin Jackson. Mike Owings said he felt a little given that forearm in the second inning of yesterday's game. Or the second inning of his work in yesterday's game.
Yeah, because he was not sharp. He walked a couple hitters. Gave up 3 hits.
Jackson's pitch. A slow roller. Could be a tough play. Jackson will field and throw just in time to get Volquez. Had to throw about a 96-mile-an-hour fastball over there to make sure he got Volquez one away.
Volquez was giving himself 90 feet. He was busting it right out of the box, like we talked about it in the instructional. We told the kids, hey, you know, when you hit the ball, if it's a routine, if it's a little number out in front of home plate, bust your tail down that line. Give it all you've got. You never know what's going to happen. Barehanded grab, little crow hop, and it gets him by maybe a quarter step.
So to the top now for Will Venable.
Hey, that's like throwing 2 or 3 pitches for Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Having to gear it up and pump it up down to the first base bag.
Venable 0 for 1 in the game. And went fishing for that one.
Mark Sweeney down by the dugout. Pretty free and easy motion right there by Edwin Jackson.
Yeah, you can see the arm action too on that mud. Is understanding when you have good arm action, that changeup really works, and you saw Will Venable cheat on that pitch.
Love the tie too, bro.
Thank you.
Big league. Here's the motion. Big leg kick over the rubber nicely. As soon as that leg goes forward, out of the glove. High 3/4 arm slot. Very solid mechanics.
Fouled off a good pitch right there. Down that one up to 96 miles an hour.
Oh, he can get it up there to 98. He's not going to be throwing 98 consistently. He's mainly around 94-ish.
Now, Mark Sweeney, you know, it's hard to understand why 6 other teams maybe have given up on this guy and traded him. I mean, he's got electric stuff.
Oh, he's got the power arm. He had the power arm with the Dodgers.
Swing and a miss there by Venable. He's down on strikes.
You know, I think, Mays, it's just that inconsistency that they've had, but he has that dominating stuff, especially with this no-hitter.
And an amazing doubleheader, no-hitter, that is, that he threw in Tampa. That was June 25th of 2010. Threw a ton of pitches in that game, too. So Denorfia takes one inside. And as a matter of fact, A.J. Hinch, who was a assistant vice president and general manager here, that he was the manager of the Diamondbacks that night. Count evens now 1-1.
Here's A.J. A.J. likes ketchup. See that? Big fan.
I didn't realize that. Should get some T-shirts printed up.
AJ likes AJ Hart ketchup.
Yep.
Big seller.
I'd buy one. Of course, I'd expect a little discount if you were selling them.
I guarantee you one thing: if the Padres go on a tear, you know, like offensively or something, the ketchup bottle is going to be sitting next to AJ in his booth for the rest of the season.
Are you trying to tell me that
everybody's superstitious?
And front office people are superstitious?
Everybody.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Scouts, managers, coaches, players, umpires, announcers.
It's a big part of this game. Routine and superstition. And DeNorfia coaxes the walk. So a 2-out base runner. And fans, if you're hitting the road, you can take Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. You can see every Padres out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Padres.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So we're scoreless in this third inning. And after the walk, it's Chase Headley. You'll look at a strike. 93 on that fastball. We've seen as high as 96 from Edwin Jackson tonight. As Buddy Black would say, good fuzz.
I love that term.
I do too. That's the other thing about baseball: superstition and lingo. Catchphrases. Well, like you busted out a couple.
Love it.
Uncle Charlie.
It's part of the game.
The bender. The yacker.
Makes it fun.
Yeah, I think so too. And the pitch inside. That'll even things up. But if you want some more numbers about Jackson, they talk about last year. They measure fastball velocity and they average it out to find out what your average fastball is. His was at 94.7 miles an hour, which was third.
Yeah, that's bringing it
in the big leagues last year. That's consistently bringing it. Brought that one.
High strike. Well, he's done a good job cutting down on the walks. First start of the year, 2 walks. Started after that 1 walk, and then last time out against Houston, he did not issue any free passes.
Norfield leaning just a little bit, but gets back.
You know, it was interesting in his last start. The numbers don't look good, but he was hit hard. 5 runs and 6 hits in that first inning. He had like 5 or 6 hitters, 0-2. A couple of broken bat hits. So it wasn't like he was pitching 2-0-3-1. He was ahead of the hitters.
1-2 pitch to Headley. And we'll do it again. He's averaging 9.5 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched right now. And only 1.4 walks per 9.
And in this early part of the season, Edwin Jackson is on the list for fewest walks per 9 innings. Just a little bit under 1.5.
Another 1-2, and it's now even. There's the changeup there. So each team with just 1 hit in the game. That's a strikeout machine. There goes DeNorfia. And no throw. Ramos had all sorts of trouble getting that ball out of his glove on a high pitch.
I think Ramos thought maybe it was strike 3. The umpire, Scott Berry, he took off his mask because I think Ramos, let's take a look. I don't know if he was mad at, what do you think, Andy?
It was high. I mean, but I'm not exactly sure what Ramos was complaining about.
Did you see Jackson's
Jackson
reaction?
had both palms up toward the sky as well.
I thought the pitch was high as well.
I thought so. Inconsequential as Headley will strike out to end the inning. And again, the Padres strand a man at second to the 4th. Scoreless at Petco Park. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. How many pitches did Edwin Jackson toss in that no-hitter against Tampa Bay in 2010? That is our question here tonight. We'll have the answer for you very shortly. Nationals coming to the bat here, and it'll be Danny Espinosa. Chad Tracy, then Adam LaRoche. They're the scheduled 3 here against Volquez. And each pitcher has only given up 1 hit tonight, as Espinosa 0 for 1. Speed it inside for a ball. It's a pretty good little middle of the infield. They're young for these Washington Nationals with Desmond and also this man Espinosa. Now Volquez next one. And he falls behind 2-0.
Well, he changes the whole at bat. That first pitch breaking ball caught the inside corner, but Edinson did not get the call.
I thought about these Nationals too. I mean, off to their best start after 18 games in franchise history, and they're doing it mainly without Ryan Zimmerman.
Picking up the slack, huh?
And I think that kind of goes to some of the frustrations about the Padres offense with the fact that we see a few guys hitting, but again, not together. 2-1 is the count. That's in the air. Routine there for Kristen Orfia in left field. He'll make the catch for round number 1.
And that's a shocker. Kristen Orfia's uniform is dirty.
Always.
Well, Edinson Volquez going after Danny Espinosa. He did not get the call. There was a first pitch breaking ball. Tries to keep it down. Now look at this next pitch. Oh, he got a call. It was off the plate. And then he goes back with the fastball right down the middle. And that proves my point about Volquez. He can throw the heater, challenge these hitters, pitch to the plate, and still be successful. Hey, once in a while you're going to get burned, right?
Starts him off with a breaking ball again. Curveball. As Chad Tracy takes ball 1. He popped out to end the first inning. Goes back to that outside corner.
Mark Sweeney, if Edinson Volquez can really learn how to control that outer third of the plate to both sides, I think he's going to be really successful giving the hitters the opposite field.
Yeah, we talked about being the aggressor and understanding he can minimize all of those pitches that he's been throwing and get deeper in the games. I think that's the key to him, being more aggressive and also understanding where you're pitching. This is a pitcher's park. Be aggressive. Take your chances.
Sweet tie.
Not sure if he's mentioned that before, but yeah, sweet tie.
Thanks, guys. Gift.
I tried to overthrow that one a little bit. And that's only natural. Sometimes pitchers, they want to, throw an extra, good curveball. So you just kind of open up that front side a little bit and do not get that release point out in front. Got to think free and easy. Less is more, right?
I like that saying.
And it's human nature, right?
Yeah.
You do something you're successful at, you think, oh, if I try a little harder, it'll be better. Not the case.
That'll turn Maben around, but he'll glide to that ball. He covers a lot of ground out there in center field. Cameron Maben, 2 away.
Once again, Volquez pitching to more of the plate. That looked like it was an off-speed pitch. Chad Tracy was out in front of it a little bit. Looked like a changeup down and away, or maybe he took a little bit of something off a two-seamer. Can o' corn. Niblets.
That's another good baseball saying. Can of corn. You don't hear that in any other sport. Roach first ball swinging and fouls away. But you talk about pitching with the defense in mind there too. I mean, you pitch to the big part of this ballpark, which is exactly where that ball was hit. So don't change the dimensions.
Yeah.
See, I told you I was on the fence. It looked pretty good, but it's called low, 1-1.
Hey, like Mark Sweeney said in the pregame show, there's going to be give and take. People are going to be for it. People are going to be against it. Pitchers are going to hate it. Hitters are going to love it. So how do you find that happy medium, right? That's why they want to discuss it, do all the studies, barometric pressures, cold fronts,
marine layers,
barometers.
Yeah, there you go.
Flux capacitors.
Fluxing. That's driven into right. That's going to be off the Petco porch. And LaRoche will dig for second. Throw coming in, but it's going to be late. So a double for LaRoche with 2 away. He got a very good swing on that ball.
Ball struck very hard, and I want to make a point about Will Venable in right field. And Mark Sweeney, I want your intake on this, input rather. Notice how Venable kind of had to play it off a little bit, not rush to the baseball, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 angles out there. You've got to wait to see where the ball's going to carry him.
Yeah, that Petco porch can cause some problems. Obviously, Will Venable waiting to not play that into a triple. Anytime that you have 2 outs, you don't want to play that ball into a triple for sure.
So LaRoche now standing at second base with 2 outs in this scoreless game. Just the second hit Volquez has given up. And missed with the fastball. Here's the words and numbers with runners in scoring position. He has driven in 7. And fouled out of play. So that'll even the count at 1-1. And these are the kind of situations you're talking about too. I think with Volquez about less being more with a runner in scoring position and an aggressive hitter at the plate.
Sure, take a little off, right? Try a little easier. Some pitchers get in the mode where they get in a pressure situation. They've got to squeeze that baseball. They try to throw it through the glove of the catcher, right? This is where the off-speed pitch, the changeup, or the BP fastball comes into play. Curveball. Look at that.
Good time for it, and it's 1-2. They're going to run out and have a quick word with his pitcher.
I'm wondering if Nick got crossed up. It certainly didn't look like he was crossed up.
That's maybe the signs.
Yeah, that or hey, let's go check Nick here. Doesn't look like he was crossed up. Maybe they just want to go about their attack now being ahead 1-2, just to be on the same page.
Let's see how that page reads.
Good spot for a changeup here.
And Bartlett will make the play, circling around that ball. High throw, but keeping his foot on the bag nicely is Yonder Alonso. And the inning has come to an end. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning, still scoreless. Casino Daycation, highlight of the game. This has been an old-fashioned pitcher's duel early on. Each pitcher punching the opponent out. 2 strikeouts for Edinson Volquez and 3 so far for Edwin Jackson, and that is the reason we are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Both pitchers are on their game with all of their pitches, and they're doing quite well economically with the pitch total. And we have a cuteness sighting right there.
Yeah, first pitch strike. I see something amiss right by the first base dugout. What is going on?
What the free-range chicken is going on here?
And Huntley grooves one into the gap. That's going to get down for a base hit.
That is a lucky chicken down there. He gets on top of the dugout, and Nick Hundley rifles one to right center field for a knock.
And I'm not sure if you remember that opening day of 2010. Padres were taking on the Atlanta Braves here in this ballpark, where they scored 10 runs in the 4th inning because the chicken came out in the bottom of the 4th.
I do remember that.
Where are we right now? We're in the bottom of the 4th.
That's a good omen.
It's karma. Well, the chicken's been entertaining folks for a long, long time. There's a deep drive off the bat of Alonso into that corner in right field. Is going to carry him off the wall. Hundley is going to be held at third on another double by Yonder Alonso. Second and third with nobody out.
Well, Mark Sweeney, we know that Yonder Alonso loves to swing at that first pitch. Good looking swing right there.
Good looking swing, elevated changeup. And what he's been doing, Mark, is he's working on his lower half. He has a really good upper half with his swing, but you need to use your lower half to drive the baseball. That was an elevated pitch. Those are the balls, off-speed, elevated pitches that he's going to pull. He likes to use the middle of the field an opposite way. Nice job of hitting right there by Yonder Alonso.
So Hundley and Alonso swinging a serious drumstick this inning.
7 doubles for Alonso leads the way for NL rookies. Clevenger, the backup catcher for the Cubs, next on that list with 5. And the O-Dog swinging first pitch and fouls it away. I'm just not sure if there's that coincidence with the chicken showing up and all of a sudden the bats start working. So a single here could plate a couple and get the Padres out to a lead. Jackson's pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes on Hudson.
Slider way out of the zone. Now Jackson does not have to throw a strike. Try to bury an off-speed pitch.
Got that sign right there?
He got it.
Okay. Problems must be behind him, huh?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Hudson down on strikes. First out. And now Cameron Maybin will get a chance. 4th strikeout for Jackson.
The tilt on the slider is the big key for Edwin Jackson. Looks like a fastball out of the hand. Even though that pitch split the plate, it was the tilt. And of course, Orlando Hudson has to protect there with 2 strikes. Did not have to throw him a strike.
So David Johnson will bring that infield in. And as we saw the first game of this series, that opened up some lanes. That's when Chad Tracy came through with that pinch hit single up the middle. Pretty much an identical situation. First one misses outside. Mark Sweeney, you got a good look at the chicken down there as he's working his magic, isn't he?
Guys, we're just trying to get some energy here, and he's doing his job.
Putting the old whammy on the other team right now with good block there by Ramos.
So Jackson going with the breaking ball. Remember, back-to-back breaking balls to strike out Hudson. Now back-to-back breaking balls here to fall behind 2-0. He's got Bartlett on deck. He might, he's got first base open. He might want to pitch to Bartlett with the bases loaded. And they're just going to put him on right now.
So this will go in the books officially as an intentional walk. Second time that Maben will walk today. So it will, in fact, load the bases for Jason Bartlett. Cody Johnson using that strategy as Mark thought he would. And Mark Sweeney, these are the kind of situations we're talking about here to maybe get an offense rolling. You get a key base hit here with the bases loaded after an intentional walk.
Yeah, Andy, always talking about the big hit. That's exactly what the Padres offense definitely needs. That big hit early in the game to play ahead. We always talk about how important it is for the Padres to play ahead. That's their game, especially here at Petco Park.
So Bartlett has a couple of lifetime hits against Edwin Jackson. Grounded out his first time. Now comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out. So he does have 1 grand slam in his career. First pitch swinging, coming up empty. Squawking going on down there. Swing and a miss.
A lot of sliders the last 3 hitters. Hudson, Maben, then he essentially walked him now to Bartlett.
Well, it kind of goes back to what you were saying even about Volquez with less is more and pitching a little backwards.
Exactly. Always have to be aware of that slider. Hey, he's got 2 strikes on him, right? Doesn't want to throw him a strike, maybe bounce one.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Edwin Jackson reaching into his bag of tricks and going with the old number 3, that being the slider. That first pitch was a 2-seamer down and in for a ball. Not once did he throw a strike. All those 3 pitches out of the strike zone. Hey, he's got a nice little 2-seam fastball too, that first pitch of the at-bat. Then he went with the slider and he kept it down.
So now it'll be up to Volquez. Took a big hat. Nice catch. Bases loaded. And now 2 away.
You see Volquez just spit on that slider.
Hey, one pitcher kind of picks it up, huh? Yeah. Could probably pick up the rotation, right?
Wanted no part of that.
Two and 1. Maybe throw some strikes.
Get some fastball away here. First sign after 2, fastball away.
Put in play. Roll to short. Tough off balance throw, but it's going to be in time. And the inning has come to an end. A wasted chance there with the bases loaded. After 4, we're scoreless at Petco. Brought to you by Sycuan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sycuan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. Time now for the answer to our AT&T trivia question. How many pitches did Edwin Jackson toss in that no-hitter against Tampa in 2010? And the answer is 149. It is the most pitches ever in a no-no.
What in the College World Series is going on there?
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
I remember Brooks Kieschnick told me once when he pitched at UT Hook 'em Horns. Remember Brooks Kieschnick?
I do.
He threw 165-ish in a College World Series game. And the next day he scheduled Tommy John surgery.
Just in case, right?
Yeah. My goodness, that's a lot of pitches. 1-4. And you know, that game was, if I remember, it was 1-0, right?
1-0 final. And Jackson's line that night was 9 innings. Of course, no hits, no runs, 8 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And I remember reading a quote after that game about A.J. Hinch, who we mentioned was the manager, wondering, okay, what do I do? The guy's got a no-hitter, but he's throwing 130 pitches at this point, and do you let him go back out there? Do you let him try to flirt with history, and the first time he gets in trouble, you take him out, or how do you work it? And he stuck with him and got the no-no. Swing and a miss by Ankiel on a changeup from Edinson Volquez. A big opportunity goes by the boards for the Padres in the bottom of the 4th inning with the bases loaded.
Talk about taking the wind right out of your sail. Thinking you're going to score at least 1 or 2 runs.
So now they'll count on Volquez to put up a 0 here. Missing low and 1-1. But that's an odd line for a no-hitter. 8 walks.
I remember A.J. Burnett over at old Qualcomm Stadium, 9 walks.
Right. Out in front. 1-2. Volquez and the pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. All 3 of Volquez's strikeouts today have been called. Called third strikes.
Great location on the fastball. That's a 4-seamer down and away. Peek inside the glove. Get that 4-seam grip. Get on top of it and pound that outside corner. Nice.
So here's X80. 0 for 1 in the game. Good breaking ball on a curve to get ahead. Curveball's been working very effectively. Inside on that one.
We've got 2 pitchers tonight also, Andy. When you talk about the traditional old school 12-6er.
Very true.
Love the 12-6 curveball. Both Jackson and Volquez possess that pitch.
I'm swinging on that one. 1-2.
Hey, remember that A.J. Burnett no-hitter? He threw 1 more strike than ball that night. And it was until the last hitter, Phil Nevin, that he threw more strikes than balls. He was always more balls than strikes.
It's amazing. I'm looking at the pitch count breakdown on Jackson's no-hitter. He threw 70 balls in that one. 79 strikes, 70 balls. Too much time there as Nady will step up. But yeah, you would think 8 walks. Yeah, there would be a lot of ones out of the strike zone. With 8 walks, you wonder how the Rays didn't score.
Yeah.
Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. You have to think that some of those walks occurred in the same inning.
And then you get a guy who doesn't walk anybody, and he gives up a broken bat duck snort over the first baseman's head and doesn't throw a no-hitter.
You know what they say, right?
I've seen more better thrown 1 and 2 hitters than no hitters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Swing and a miss. Changeup gets Nady. 4th strikeout. And 3 of them have been looking, as we mentioned, and they've been back-to-back each time.
Doesn't matter, left-handed hitter, right-handed hitter. He took a lot off that pitch on the changeup, and he gets the right-handed hitting Xavier Nady. Nice pitch by Volquez. 4 strikeouts on the evening.
Well, going back to your point, they call that baseball. That's what Buddy Black always says. Hey, that's baseball.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out. Anybody who tells you that they haven't figured it out, they're lying. Roller foul. And he gets ahead, no balls and a 1 strike on Wilson Ramos. Padres' best threat, of course, came in that 4th inning. They also had a runner at third base in the 2nd and couldn't score. Nationals have had 2 men in scoring position and have come up empty both times as well. Pitch to Ramos. Good curveball.
Good hammer.
0-2. They call the slider nasty, filthy. The curveball is always dandy and nice.
Let's see the curveball again here. Nick Hundley giving the sign down and away.
And in the dirt. In fact, it was another curve. Volquez at 63 pitches right now. Trying to expand that zone with a fastball, but Ramos not obliging. It's even, 2-2.
Good velocity, 94. Pitch count starting to creep up there this inning at 13. Next toss will be 14.
First 2 have gone down on strikes.
Change up.
Too far outside. So it's run full. Ramos was behind 0-2 and has worked it full.
I'd say it's a hoodie night.
Yeah. A little chill in the air. Very pleasant. Very black in that blue Padres jacket.
Change up.
In the dirt, he lost him. Ball 4. First walk issued tonight by Volquez.
Hey, Padre fans, start your Cinco de Mayo weekend with your Padres Friday, May 4th. Get to the park early and enjoy $5 beers, $5 margaritas or cocktails, and $5 carnitas tacos. Plus live music at a Cinco de Mayo party presented by Verizon Wireless. The party starts at 5. A las Cinco. First pitch versus the Marlins is at 7:05. Buy your tickets early. Save at Padres.com or get on the horn 619-795-5555.
Outside the pitcher, Edwin Jackson.
And I'm guessing if Ensign Volquez, the body language starting to creep up on him a little bit, kind of walking around the mound a little bit. If he goes 2-0 here, I'll bet you a dime to donuts, and I love donuts, that Hundley will go out there and have a little chat with the pitcher, try to settle him down a little bit.
It's good because I like dimes, so we'll be good. 2-0. All right, I'll give you a dime. Or a donut. Which one? Oh, yeah, you want
I'll
the
take
donut.
the donut.
Take the donut. Okay. It's like you're right down there. You're locked in.
Yeah, well, it's the bottom of the lineup. Just got done walking the number 8 hitter. The pitcher's up there. You've got a 0-0 game. He's twirling a gem. Time for a little breather.
This is kind of what happened on opening day, too. I mean, he was sailing through the first 3 innings and then had that first man retired in the 4th and then ran into some walks. And it kind of compounded itself a little bit, and he missed again. It's 3-0 to the pitcher. And the best of those guys are the ones that are able just to let that go and work on the next pitch. Easier said than done, of course. And you got a strike, 3-1.
Time to battle back here. There you go.
The strike, full count. Ramos will run on this pitch on a full count offering. There he goes. And the pitch is popped up. This will end the inning as Jason Bartlett will make that grab. And the inning has come to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Still no runs in this ballgame.
Krista.
Scoreless here in the fifth. And we invite you to come out to the ballpark as the Padres take on the Miami Marlins. It'll be Saturday, May 5th at 5:35. First 25,000 fans will take home that great Swinging Friar t-shirt presented by Cox and modeled by one of our Fox Sports San Diego girls. Make sure you get your tickets early. You can save for this and any Padres game at Padres.com or 619-795-5555. And Mud, no offense, but it looks better on her than it did with you holding it up here in the booth.
No, I agree. It's a quality item. It's a great looking t-shirt and a way to show your San Diego Padre pride around town. And thank you, Krista.
Nice work. Padres bats need to get to work here. Scoreless game in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Love the homemade signs. Big fan. Love that. And we've got some Washington Redskins fans in town. What's that all? You're the NFL guy.
That's RG3, Robert Griffin III, who was selected by the Redskins, number 2 overall in the NFL draft tonight. The quarterback out of Baylor. And just in case you're wondering, the Chargers picked 18th and selected Melvin Ingram, the defensive end from South Carolina. That's RG3 presenting hope for the Washington Redskins. There you see the Melvin Ingram pick, number 18 overall out of South Carolina.
The Gamecocks.
Coached by the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. Here's the former Princeton Tiger, Will Venable. And a foul at the plate. He is down. No balls, 2 strikes.
It seems like both pitchers this evening, Andy, as we go into the bottom of the fifth here, they're resorting to more of the off-speed pitches.
Inside 1-2.
Mark Sweeney's still down by the dugout, but is that the chatter sometimes in the dugout, Mark? Obviously, it goes around that, hey guys, this guy's throwing more off-speed pitches as we go into the middle of the ball game.
Well, that's something they definitely talk about, but it looks to me like he wants to come hard in at the end.
There's a slider there that misses down and in.
And he just wants to speed him up. He already sped him up early in the game with his fastball. Then he wants to go to the breaking ball as well and try to finish him off in the dirt.
There might be a slider here down and in. Oh, that was a fastball.
Jam shot. And Tracy will come up. Wide throw, but LaRoche able to hang on and hang on to the bag as well. So 1 away. I'll bring up Denorfia. Mark Sweeney, that's the thing too. You too, Bud. I mean, the pitcher goes through the first time through the order, and we always talk about maybe the third time you might start to change your approach a little bit. And in fact, maybe Jackson changed his approach second time through.
Yeah, I think, Andy, that he just wants to mix it up, and he's also established all of his pitches for strikes. And when you do that, you just feel very comfortable about throwing anything at any time and watching the weaknesses of the hitters. when they swing in the dirt. You know that, and Mark has alluded to it, he can go back to that. If you show your weakness, you'll get out of the strike zone.
I'll tell you one thing. When Jackson has been in a little bit of a tight spot, that slider of his has been his go-to pitch. Because remember, the bases loaded situation, he's keeping that slider down and out of the zone. Late break, good tilt on that pitch. There's Steve McCaddy, the pitching coach for the Nationals.
And Denorfia will ground out to short. So a couple of ground ball outs here in this fifth. They'll bring up Chase Headley. Scoreless baseball game. A lot of action today around the majors as Angel Pagan got the game winner there for the Giants in the ninth inning. A 3-run shot, 6-5 win for San Francisco. I'm going to attempt this name because I'm unfamiliar with Kirk Neuenhuis, but we're going to go with it. 3 for 5 with a triple, walk-off RBI single. Mets beat the Marlins, and that was Heath Bell on the mound. Heath gave it up in his old stomping grounds of New York, and Philip Humber also. Johnny Vandermeer not in danger of back-to-back no-hitters, as Humber ran into some problems there with 5 innings, 8 hits, 9 earned runs, and he allowed 3 home runs as the White Sox lost to the Red Sox 10-3. Ouch. And Headley down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another slider.
Yep.
Just as you pointed out.
Seems like a money pitch. He might throw him another one.
See what they have in mind here.
There it is.
Went right back to it. Headley swings and misses. Strike 3. Very easy 1-2-3 inning for Edwin Jackson. We're after 5, and there is still no score here at Petco Park. A bunch of hits, as you can see there. 3 for the Padres and 2 for the Nationals. Edinson Volquez has been going to that curve.
Well, he's known for his changeup, but the number 2 has been working quite nicely. Good tilt, nose to toes curveball. He feels very comfortable throwing it. Straightening up the right-handed hitters. You see the little jelly legs working right there? Yeah, we've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. 5 hits combined, both pitchers tonight. And there you see Eddie's line. A job well done so far, and the pitch total 72 pitches as he starts his 6th inning of work.
And he'll start it against Ian Desmond. Leadoff batter, hitting for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2. And a fly ball to center. Cameron Maybin underneath that one and makes the grab for out number 1. Well, fans, Fox Saturday Baseball returning this week when Ryan Braun and the Brewers head to St. Louis to take on Matt Holliday and the St. Louis Cardinals in a showdown between NL Central rivals. Fox Saturday Baseball returning this week at 9:30 a.m. Pacific following MLB Player Poll, which will air at a special time. So the batter, Espinosa. Interesting stat that just came across here about Edinson Volquez. He is now throwing in 28 innings as a member of the Padres. He has had the lead in exactly 2 of those innings. Missing outside with the first one on a fastball, 1-0. But that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You know, getting off to a good start, getting your pitcher into a rhythm, knowing that he can go after guys. But when you're pitching from behind or tied all the time, it's tough.
Yeah, there's no room for error, right?
Absolutely.
Nothing like going out there and having some wiggle room. You got a 3-4 run lead. You make a mistake. You're still in the ball game, right? And 2, you can make an adjustment.
Strike on the outside corner, another fastball, and it's 2-1. But that's the thing I'm sure that is on the mind of Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, as well, is to kind of remind these guys that, yeah, okay, you may not get a lot of run support, but as we talked earlier, pitch your game.
Yeah, you can't control that.
Foul to the screen. Count evens, 2-2. And I'm sure that has to get drilled in the head, too. I mean, because I would imagine when you're on the mound, it's only human nature to try to take the weight of the world on your shoulders and pitch a perfect game. Stauffer and Corey Lupke discussing the events of the day. Stauffer getting ready to go on a minor league rehab assignment.
One of the funniest stories I witnessed when I was in the minor leagues. You know the old adage, you know, a guy like Volquez comes in the dugout, right, after an inning. One of the position players will yell, "Come on, guys, let's go. Let's get this guy some runs," right? This pitcher comes off the mound. It's like the 6th inning. Same situation, no run support. He yells, the pitcher himself, "Come on, guys, I'm pitching my tail off. Let's get me some runs." Dugout just exploded with laughter.
Swing and a miss. And Espinosa is down on strikes. 5 strikeouts now for Edinson Volquez.
Good fastball, good running fastball at that. That ball looked like it was going to start on the inside part of the plate. Peeking inside the glove. Still mechanically sound, getting up on top, and good explosive movement late. That's a good sign this late in the game, right?
Absolutely. Changing the approach a little bit here, too.
They might have breaking ball or off-speed pitch in the back of their mind.
Here's Chad Tracy. Falls behind with the changeup, 1-0. Tracy 0 for 2, as you see. Fly out and a pop out today. A good cut. 1-1.
Velocity still at 94. Good sign.
81's probably more than you'd like to see at this particular point of the game, but he still looks strong. And you can speak to this too, because Buddy Black always talks about 81 pitches without stress is different than 81 pitches in stress. 2-1, missing with the curve.
Yeah, if you've got a couple of innings to where you see the breakdown right here, right? And in the 5th inning, 21 pitches. Okay, that's getting a little iffy. But you know, you get an inning with 30 pitches. I mean, there's no break. It takes a lot out of you.
3-1. I don't think they can get through 38 pitches in an inning without giving up a run, as we've seen as Ernesto Friere.
Yeah, wasn't that something?
Houdini. So Volquez behind, 3-1. Bounce to first. Nice little backhand play there by Alonso. And a good feed. And that's it for the Nationals here in the 6th. Padres coming up in the 6th inning. No score in the game. of the 6th inning. Great look there at the Western Metal Supply Company building. Also, you can take a good look tomorrow on Fox Sports San Diego, catching a new episode of Padres POV. Throughout the season, get an inside look at the team from the player's point of view. Tomorrow at 6 on Fox Sports San Diego, presented by Sycuan Casino.
You know, a little nugget about the Western Metal Supply Company building?
Yes.
I found this out the first year the ballpark was built. Back in the old Padre PCL days, they actually stored baseballs for the games in that building.
Nice. So a nice little baseball tie-in. As Hundley has to duck out of the way of that first one. Up and in from Jackson. Only had the back-to-back hits in the 4th inning when the Padres could not score with the bases loaded.
Ouch, that hurt.
It does hurt.
We're talking that one big hit, that extra base hit.
Sharply, though, to short. And the throw on to first is in time. And one away. Well, just like we promised earlier in the game, Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Miller moments tonight. Yonder Alonso. Couple of doubles for the youngster. One to left center. Big shot there to right.
Yo, bartender, make mine a double.
A little note on those doubles. At the 2 doubles tonight, 13th time a Padres hit 2 or more doubles in back-to-back games. So Alonso on an exclusive list in Padres history, and see if he can get another one here.
Yeah, and using the whole field in the 2nd inning, that double to left center, as you mentioned, Andy, and then in the 4th, pulling that one.
Bouncer back up the middle. And Alonso is retired.
Had him played perfectly, did he not? I mean, the spray charts, the way that Jackson pitched Alonso there. Ian Desmond did not have to go far at all. Just a couple of steps to his left. That's because Edwin Jackson hit his spot.
It all comes together.
Yeah.
So here's Hudson with that 8-game hitting streak. Extended yesterday with a home run in the 5th. And he hits one deep into right. That's going to chase Worth back. It's going to go up against the out-of-town scoreboard. Roll away from Worth. Hudson thinking 3. Here comes the relay throw. Not in time. Hudson's at 3rd with 2 away. And a 9-game hitting streak now for the Odom.
It looks like Orlando Hudson took advantage of a mistake. That was a fastball middle in. He wanted it down and away. One of the few mistakes that Edwin Jackson has made. And how close was it? About halfway up the auxiliary scoreboard. Jason Worth didn't play the carom, or else he would have held him to a double there. So heads up, taking that extra base for Orlando Hudson.
So here's Maven. Fastball is high that time, 1-0. Need to keep bringing it up, but 0 for 16 now with runners in scoring position. Maybe if you mentioned it enough, but jinx is the jinx.
Sure, exactly.
You know?
Let's see if he goes fastball up and in, slider down and away here.
Exactly like that, and it's 1-1.
Well, the chicken's doing all he can do, huh?
Absolutely right. Slow roller, right side. Shuffled out of the glove and in time at first base. LaRoche not wasting any time. Shuffling that ball from the glove without even transferring to the bare hand. And the Padres again squander a runner in scoring position. Nice play there by LaRoche and Jackson. To the 7th inning, still scoreless.
A little offense going, but both pitchers have been very stingy, Mark.
Edison Volquez came out with his fastball and then went to his changeup and breaking ball, doing a nice job tonight, but unfortunately, Edwin Jackson's throwing just as well.
Matching him pitch for pitch. Boy, the Padres had a chance there, had a couple of guys on, nobody out in the fourth. Couldn't push a run across, so we're going to talk about that in a post-game show. Also talk about Yonder Alonso getting red hot now. Another couple of doubles. More on that. You'll also hear from the manager, Buddy Black. All that more on the post-game show. Mark and Andy?
All right, gentlemen, thank you. We'll look forward to that. As Adam LaRoche will come up here against Volquez and take one outside for ball one.
You know, going back to that last half inning, Andy, that was one heck of a play by LaRoche. It
certainly was. He didn't have a lot of time. And tried to foil the shift, but Hadley, where the shortstop would normally be, throws him out. So that is a 5-3 put out. And we'll bring up Jason Worth. Yeah, with Maven running down the line, you don't have much time. And that's also a real difficult play because you don't know how true the ball is going to come out of your glove without maybe hitting the lip and popping up.
Great concentration also by Edwin Jackson getting over there.
I was ready for that picture. Were you ready for that?
Caught me off guard.
Say cheese. Here's Worth. Bails out.
Oh, I love that. Hitter bails out and it's a called strike. Look at this. Hey now.
Black with a watchful eye there on Volquez as he is going to make his 88th pitch of the night. And Worth hits that a ton. Left center. Backing up to Norfia. He runs out of room. That's a home run for Jason Worth. It's his second of the year. And the Nationals lead it 1-0. Apparently he didn't appreciate being bent out of the way of that first pitch.
No, you're exactly right. And I was going to comment on that after fooling him with that first pitch curveball. Looks like Volquez tries to sneak a fastball by Worth. He leaves it up and in. Got extended on that one. Nick Huntley was set up down and away. And on the 88th pitch, Volquez makes a mistake and Worth capitalizes on it for the first run for the Nats.
And Keel will take a strike. And I have to imagine that makes it even that much more frustrating. You have a chance, you have the bases loaded, and one hit could bring you a couple of runs, and then with one swing of the bat, you find yourself down 1-0. Next one to Ant Keel. That's low. Count evens at 1-1.
Well, the pressure's got to be mounting too. When you get in a situation like that with the runners in scoring position, you can't come through.
Volquez will walk around that mound for a moment, gather his thoughts.
This is where Edinson needs to rebound, right? Forget about it. Hey, you made a mistake. Jason Worth hit a home run. So easy, even a caveman can do it. But he's got to rebound and make a good pitch and get out of this inning with just one run given up.
Way out front. 2-2. Like what you did there.
Because we know that it can affect some pitchers, right? Hey, he's still in the ball game. Leave it at 1.
Damage control. Nice pitch there.
And that's a good start to get 2 outs after the home run.
Strikeout number 6 for Volquez. And the batter will be X-Nady, who was strikeout victim number 4 earlier in the game. So the home run by Jason Worth, his second of the year, has the Nationals in front 1-0 here in the 7th. Check swing and held up. 1-0. Volquez inching up towards 100 pitches. But I like the outing. I think it's been a good outing.
Absolutely. No question. Oh, look at that curveball. It's got the great rotation still. And that's a good sign. That was pitch number 95. Getting up on top of it, getting through it nicely.
Try to go again. This time with an off-speed changeup. It's 2-1.
Here comes another changeup. That's nice how that thing just floats up there, huh?
So the count evens at 2-2 here on X-Nady.
Three in a row here. Another changeup.
And he got it. Strike three. Strikeout number 7 for Volquez, but the home run by Jason Worth on this pitch from Edinson Volquez has put the Nationals in front 1-0 as we go to the 7th. Thanks to that man, Jason Worth, a home run in the 7th. Reminder for you fans that Saturday, May 5th, the UFC returns to Fox and immediately hits the air live with an explosive heavyweight bout between Lamar Johnson and Pat Barry, followed by 3 epic fights. That includes a 5-round showdown between lightweight contenders Jim Miller and Nate Diaz. UFC Fight Night on Fox, sponsored by Bud Light, is live from East Rutherford, New Jersey on Saturday, May 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So Jason Bartlett will lead off as we see Jason Worth, who was responsible for the 1-0 lead for the Nationals. Bartlett 0 for 2 and struck out with the bases loaded back in the 4th. Jackson still dealing with a strike on the outside corner. Cuts through and misses. No balls and 2 strikes with that slider. It's been devastating. Katse has a bat in his hand. He is in the on-deck circle and will bat for the pitcher Volquez. Good block there by Ramos, 1-2. There you see Marcotte. Tell you what, one of the big bright spots of this Padres team so far has been their pinch hitting. .393 batting average, 11 for 28 as a pinch hitter. A slow roller to third. Tracy with an off-balance throw in time. That was close. What do you think?
It was very close. I mean, from up here, my initial look at it, I thought he might have been safe. He probably got him by, an eighth of a step. Yeah, he was out.
Gotcha. Well, Kontze was in the on-deck circle, but he has been called back, so it'll be Jeremy Hermida to come up now.
Well, nothing Edinson Volquez could do. He made one mistake to Jason Worth. That's the difference in this game. And it's a shame because there's no worse feeling as a pitcher. You're going out there and you're thinking that you got to throw a shutout each and every time.
Yep.
Collectively, Padre hitters got to get hot. Got to come through in those missed opportunities.
When you give up 1 run and 3 hits and pitch 7 innings, you expect to win. Hermida golfs one into right. That's going to sink in. Base hit in front of Worth. So the hits just keep on coming in the pinch. 12th pinch hit for the Padres this year.
Good at bat. Maybe that'll spark that bench as Hermida actually gets jammed on that pitch from Jackson and fights it off nicely to the right side.
Now we'll spin that lineup around and go right back to the top of the order. Will Venable, 0 for 3 so far. He has hit safely in each of his starts this year. That's 13 starts, now in his 14th. Good pitch to hit.
Yes, it was.
Take a look at the matchup as the Padres will head to San Francisco for a weekend series. It'll be Corey Lupke going to the mound for the Padres against Eric Hacker, who will get called up from AAA Fresno. 4-0 record, a good ERA for Hacker at 2.19, and Lupke at 2-1 for the 2.52. He's pitched well as well. He's pitched well also. Pitched well as well. Doesn't really sound all that good. Venable hits one in the air, but it's playable in left center. It'll be Ankiel crossing in front of the left fielder, Nady. And now 2 outs in the Padres half of the 7th inning to bring up Chris Denorfia. Sometimes when it's your night, that fat fastball just gets popped up.
Well, I was just going to mention the next pitch for Edwin Jackson will be 100. All it takes is 1, right?
Yep.
And Denorfia has proven in the past that he can square up a fastball, go right up the gut. He's hit a couple over that 396 sign, straightaway center field.
And he usually waits for the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, too, we've noticed. A little flair for the dramatic.
He might see some sliders here early on in this at-bat. There it is. First pitch slider. Well, he still had good tilt on that pitch.
Hard thrower Tyler Clippard is warming up for the Nationals in their bullpen. Low and outside. And a little bit harder thrown slider that time. 88 miles an hour. You see Clippard warming up. Or they call him the Goggled Wonder. Saw him in game 1 of the series. Get out the plate there by Denorfia at 2-1.
Hey, 102 pitches for Edwin Jackson. He's just getting warmed up, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, 149 or whatever it was in the no-no. He's got at least another inning in him. I don't think Davey Johnson sees it quite that way.
Yeah. Just one mistake with a hanging breaking ball or a fastball. See what Denorfia can do with it if he gets one.
Takes that one low. 3-1.
Good eye.
Now, if you're Jackson on a 3-1 count, again, as you mentioned, you have a chance if you make one mistake. Your team could be behind rather than ahead. What do you think they're going to go to?
Well, I'm going to peek into Ramos. He's going to try to locate a fastball. He wants him to throw over to first base.
Buy him some time.
The old flip of the thumb, throw over.
So the only run of the game came off the bat of Jason Worth, a home run with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Fastball away.
Strike called. Well, it's full.
Well, according to Fox Tracks, that hit the right at the knees.
So Hermito will be running on this pitch.
Slider.
There goes Denorfia. And a bouncer high off a home plate. Tough play now for the shortstop Desmond. Off balance throw, not in time. Denorfia will beat out that high chopper. And it keeps the inning moving here for one of the Padres' hotter hitters, Chase Headley.
A little help from home plate. It was a slider. Denorfia tops it. And we know what happens to a baseball when it hits home plate off the bat. Great hustle by Denorfia. Short hop over to LaRoche, and the inning stays alive. He would have been safe. He would have been safe if that ball was caught cleanly.
So we're going to get a double switch here. Roger Bernardino just sprinted out of the third base dugout, which kind of spoiled the surprise if there was one. As Davey Johnson will go out, as Andy Perino has also come into the ball game, and he's going to pinch run at second base for Hermida. We'll sort that all out when we come back. New pitcher coming in. 1-0 Nationals here in the 7th. By Petco, where the healthy pets go, and by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. So Tyler Clippard will come on as part of the double switch. Roger Bernardino will head in and play left field. As we mentioned before we went to the break, Andy Perino has also come in as a pinch runner for the Padres at second base. There you see Bernardino. And now Headley with a chance to tie this game up. Runner in scoring position. Clippard misses with the first one. So it's Perino at second and Denorfia at first. And again, an opportunity.
Ooh, thank you.
I was going to call that a strike. He
Right.
was looking like he was going to raise that right arm, but Scott Berry did not.
I'm right there with you.
In the old days, you get 2 for flinching, right?
Yeah. Scoreboard says 1-1, but it's 2-0.
Swing and a miss. I'm with you. I think it's 2-1. Board has it flipped at 1-2.
Well, Clippard, fastball, change, slider.
Three and 1. Change up that time.
They mix in a curve as well, but pretty much fastball change. We've been talking doubles lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see one here.
Ball 4. Again, the Padres have the bases loaded. And I'm sure that's not what Davey Johnson had in mind as Edinson Volquez looks on nervously. And Nick Hundley will come to the plate with a chance. Padres had him loaded in the 4th and couldn't score. Runner at 3rd in the 6th and couldn't score. .154 lifetime for Hundley with the bases loaded. Strike on the inside corner.
Ball's off the plate, isn't it?
It was. Padre at every base. Bounced. What a great stop there by Wilson Ramos. He saved a run.
Oh, that was a breaking ball, a slider in the dirt, and that ball checked right back up into the gut of Ramos.
See what Clippard has in mind here. Ripped foul. Got a good pitch to hit. Just in front of the changeup. And now Hundley needs to protect. Here it comes. Up and in. So now it's even.
He wanted the fastball. Oh, he got the fastball all right. But Clippard wanted it down and in. Now let's see if he goes down and away. Remember, fastball changeup, right? He might pull the string here on the changeup.
Chess game continues here on this field.
Let's see if Nick Hundley can pull a Bobby Fischer and beat Clippard here. Put him in checkmate.
Nice. Just out in front again. Good pitch to hit again.
See how far out in front Nick catches that baseball. Top spin. Top hand on top of that baseball.
Kind of standing on the top step of the Padres' first base dugout, anxiously looking on for someone to come through with a big hit. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning has come to an end. Padres again leave them loaded here in the 7th. Padres down 1-0 heading to the 8th.
Inning, Clippard against Nick Hundley. Bases are loaded. Ramos smothers the off-speed pitch. And I want to get to a certain pitch of this at bat. That was a changeup he pulled, right? So what does Clippard come back with? Blows a fastball by Nick Hundley, outer third of the plate. Clippard did a fine job of mixing in the changeup and the fastball. Nick was a little bit too quick on some pitches, right? Pulling them, but a missed opportunity. Man, nobody feels worse than Nick Hundley leaving those Padres out there on the bases.
Well, when it rains, it pours, no pun intended, and a rain has descended upon Petco Park as Andrew Kashner will come in. He'll be on for the 11th time. You see the numbers there. And Andy Perino also remaining in the game. He came on to pinch run for Jeremy Hermida, and he'll stay in the game at shortstop. So a great outing by Volquez as the umbrellas start to pop up and some head for cover. Volquez with a very good outing. 7 innings of very good baseball.
He was outstanding tonight. One bad pitch to Jason Worth in the 7th inning for the solo shot. And that's all the scoring this evening. Only 10 runners left on base for San Diego.
The Nationals have not had nearly as many chances. They've only left 3 on, but as you pointed out, the one pitch hit over the wall in left center, and that's the difference in the game right now. So Wilson Ramos will lead off here against the flame-throwing right-hander Andrew Kashner. The rain kind of snuck up and just came down in sheets, and it's still coming down pretty good. The rain usually does come down. First pitch strike there from Andrew Kashner. Your average run-of-the-mill 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, first move, I didn't even realize I needed an umbrella to move here.
Yeah, that thing will collect some dust now.
Absolutely.
But you'll be the smartest guy in town when you got one,
Absolutely
right?
right. Can sell it for the highest price, too, if you really need to do that. One pitch. Chopped off home plate. Tough play for Perino. Nice grab and throw in time. Perino's got some good instincts over there at short.
Yes, he does. He put himself in a position, timing that high chopper, getting his legs in order, getting his momentum towards first base, getting in a good throwing position. High chopper, catches it. Nice easy throw over to first base. Momentum going there, just throwing a little dart over there. And, you know, he also can see the runner, right, peripherally, so he knows whether to gear up that arm or just make a good, firm throw over there for the out.
So here's Bernardina batting for the first time after coming on as part of the double switch. got to be honest, talking about Perino, when we were talking about playing him a little bit at shortstop during spring training, I hadn't remembered seeing him at short. And he didn't play a lot in the minors at shortstop. Now tapped right back to the mound. Kashner will run it halfway over and then flip. 2 easy outs. 1-0 in favor of the Nationals here with 2 outs in the 8th. And fans, you can enjoy a Padres game in style with the Padres Suite. Suites can be customized to fit your group's needs, include flexible seating options as well, great food and beverage packages, and a whole bunch more. And if it ever starts raining, you're protected. Visit Padres.com/suites or 619-795-5555 and get your suite today.
Pretty sweet. Sweet seats.
Absolutely.
All the ketchup you want.
Have to let A.J. Hinch know that from earlier tonight. We saw him with that large bottle of ketchup on his desk.
A.J.'s got his suite.
Yeah. So here's Desmond. But Perino, by the way, has looked very good at short. Spring training and now.
Yes, he has.
I'm not a scout, but you can tell when a guy's got instincts at a certain position.
Hey, Andy Perino started playing varsity baseball as an 8th grader. He was kind enough to join us on the pregame show a couple days ago, and we talked about his days up in New York.
Several Padre players that made his big league debut a year ago. He came up in a series in Arizona. One into right. Venable turns and makes the grab. 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Kashner. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Time running short. Nationals 1, Padres nothing. One nothing in favor of the Nationals on the Jason Worth home run. This MLB season on Fox Sports, proud to support Boys and Girls Club of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. So Yonder Alonso will bat first. Tyler Clippard remaining in the game. Rain subsiding a bit. Some that were underprepared have improvised, like our own Layla Rahimi.
He's got the babushka working.
Nice work. Hey, whatever it takes to keep dry, you know.
Yeah.
Hood, hat, garbage bag, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Alonso will take it inside. Make sure you stick around. Padres Live will follow this broadcast. All the news and notes surrounding this game. You'll hear from some of those involved. Check swing. Tough pitch to lay off right there.
2 pitches where Clippard's gotten squeezed. Advantage Alonso. And he's hearing it from the Washington Nationals dugout. That's a hang with him.
Just missed that one. A little bit in on the handle and a pop up to center. And that is out number 1. So Alonso 2 for 4. That'll bring up Orlando Hudson. Tripled his last time. Keeps that hitting streak alive at 9 games in a row. It's tough to look at that scoreboard too, and you see that the Nationals have only accumulated 3 hits off your pitching staff, but one of them unfortunately left the building. Padres with 6 hits and 10 men left without a run.
Yeah, 10 men left on. They had 3 walks to work with off of Jackson, one of them intentional. Out hitting the Nats, and nothing to show for it.
Taken. That's a little bit low. 2-0.
You know, the worst feeling for any club is that when you're down 1-0, it feels like 5 or 6.
Yep. We talked about that the other day. But just the fact that its offense has been so hard to come by that's how it feels. 2-1. As Joe Thatcher begins to loosen the Padres pen. Upstairs. Edson Volquez certainly pitched well enough in this ball game to be on the positive side. Ball 4. Well, folks, on Sunday, May 6th, Padres will take on the Miami Marlins at 1:05. Get to the ballpark early. You can enjoy a special pregame ceremony as part of Military Spouse Appreciation Day. It's presented by Tri-West. Don't wait. Get your tickets right now at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555.
It's a crescent moon, right?
I believe it is. Reminds me of the old song my grandma used to sing, "By the Light of the Silvery Moon." I'm not going to get into it because the object is to have people tuning in, not tuning out. Haven drops down a bunt.
That's a knock.
Really eat that one. So again, the Padres in business. 2 on and only 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning, down a run.
Well, maybe it's a lucky moon. I know that things happen weirdly or strangely when there is a full moon. Well, Cameron Maybin lays down a bunt perfectly down the third base line. And now looks like Mark Kotze is going to grab a shillelagh and try to bring those runners around. Well, he battled the other night, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That pinch hit appearance.
And you could still see the frustration on his face the next day, because he knew that the second pitch of that at bat was the one to cream and put into play, and it wasn't there for him. But again, you give him a ton of credit for battling, and it was a 12 pitch at bat. Sometimes life gives you a chance to redeem yourself. We'll watch ball 1. One for 2 career, as you see. Not a lot to go on there. It's again nervous time for Edwin Jackson, chewing on the fingernails.
It's a nail biter.
Lays off another high fastball.
Boy, that is a tough fastball to lay off. See a lot of hitters offer at that pitch. And you mentioned it earlier, Andy, off the bench in the pinch. Padres are right there on top.
Always helps in the National League, especially, to have a good bench. That's a double switches. has a good healthy cut. Talking to Mark on the clubhouse today, Mark Kotze that is, and we were wondering about the Mike Tompkins reel of the best of Mark Kotze. I said, hey, it was enjoyable to watch. He goes, that wasn't the best of, that was just 1 year. Yeah, there were tons of highlights. So I can't wait for the DVD to come out. Can add one to the reel right here. And it's one into the gap in right center field. That's going to go a long way, all the way to the wall. Come on. 2 runs are going to score possibly. Here comes Hudson to score. Maven right behind, and Kotze has delivered. A 2-run double in the pinch, and just like that, the Padres are up 2-1. Add it to the reel.
Mark Kotze waited and got his pitch, laying off the elevated fastball. Again, elevated fastball. Swung through it with a great swing, and then got extended on a fastball. Nothing with fastballs by Clippard. And he gives it a ride. And with one swing of the bat, the Padres take the lead.
And now that'll change the thought process out in the bullpen as well, I would imagine. We saw Thatcher earlier. I would venture to guess that Houston Street is not too far from getting loose. As Andy Perino can give a little insurance here. The Padres have been 0 for their last 18 with runners in scoring position, as you see Street getting up.
Now there is clutch, and then there's clutch. And we all know as Padre fans, Mark Kotze was big league clutch right there. That's huge.
So here's Perino. Will bat for the first time. And now Clippard goes for the change.
Nice call on the highlight reel.
Like I told you, every once in a while, that's the blind squirrel acorn kind of theory. But you knew that Kotze was just chomping for that next opportunity to get up there in that same situation and know that he can come through. Swing and a miss by Perino. Let's head down to Leila Rahimi, battling the raindrops down there by the dugout.
A little bit drier now and a little bit more excited Padres dugout. In fact, Joe Whelan, last night's starter, was about the first guy to jump nearly over the fence after Kotze hit that double. In fact, all the guys jumped up out of their seats, and you could tell it was just a re-energized group after that hit. Really made a difference down here.
Well, jumped out of his seat, too, up here. So that was very cool to see. Perino fouls it out of play. So Kotze stands at second base.
And don't forget about the nice drag bunt by Cameron Maben.
And that's what we talked about too, with everybody trying to contribute, do their little thing to get on in front of the guys that you know can drive in runs. Pitch to Perino. Got him swinging. Another changeup. And it's 2 away. And now to the top for Will Venable. Let me ask you about Clippard, because you pointed out that there was nothing but fastballs to the veteran, seasoned hitter, Kotze, and now a bunch of changeups to a young guy.
I'm really surprised. Mark Kotze is a veteran hitter. We know that. Any veteran hitter is going to just eat up the fastball, especially if it's a fat fastball that he got.
Well, Davey Johnson may be wondering the same thing. He's going to yank Clippard from this game and go to his bullpen. So we'll take a timeout here as well as we go to the, actually in the bottom of the 8th inning. A couple of runs home. The Padres have taken the lead at 2-1. New pitcher will be Sean Burnett. Left-hander to work to Will Venable with Kotze at second base. And the Padres in front on the double by Mark Kotze, 2-1.
Interesting matchup here because Burnett, the left-hander, against the left-hander Venable. Will Venable hitting .417, 5 for 12 against left-handers. Left-handers against Burnett hitting .200. So an interesting matchup.
And now it's gone to 2-0. We saw Burnett in game 1 of the series. He pitched the 8th inning of the 3-1 Nationals victory. Padres trying to salvage a game in this series. Swing and a miss there by Venable, 2-1. It's good for Edinson Volquez too. He did not deserve a loss in this game. The numbers illustrated, as Mud pointed out. Two-1. Right in on the fist. That sounded like it came off his knuckles.
It did, didn't it?
What a strange sound.
Yep, you're exactly. That was down. Wow, that was down on the light-colored part of the bat there. It looked like.
My hands hurt thinking about that. Good job to hang on that pitch. Full count, 3-2 on Venable.
Well, Burnett towards the fastball, not overpowering. He's got deception in the delivery. He'll throw across his body. So Venable really has to keep that front side tucked in there. Think left center field.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the inning has come to an end, but Mark Kotze, veteran pinch hitter, coming off the bench and delivering the big blow of the game. 2-run double puts the Padres up 2-1 going to the ninth. Of inning number 9, and some key plays there in that 8th inning. All set up by Cameron Maben, laying down a bunt right after a walk. Not going to get Cameron Maben on a good bunt like that. And then Mark Kotze delivers in the pinch. That is our Carl's Jr. star of the game. Mark Kotze with a 2-run double and has the Padres up 2-1 as they'll call on Houston Street to come in and try to close this one out. Kotze getting some well-deserved high fives and hugs in that first base dugout. There is not a more respected player in that clubhouse than Mark Kotze. And again, getting a chance to redeem himself after not coming through the other night. So Houston Street coming in to try to nail it down.
Oh, what a difference one swing makes, huh? On both ends. Scoreless, Jason Worth, home run, solo shot. One swing, Mark Kotze gets Edinson Volquez off the hook, and the Padres are looking at 3 outs away from a victory, 1-run game. It's been a nail biter.
It has. See, that's the reason that Edwin Jackson was chewing on those fingernails. He kind of felt it slipping away a little bit there. 2, 3, and 4 batters scheduled to go here against Houston Street. Still giving us some fist bumps there. John Baker doing the honors for Kotze. So here's Espinosa. First pitch swing and lifts it into left. That is certainly playable for Chris Norfield. 1 out. That'll bring up Chad Tracy. There haven't been a whole bunch of save opportunities for Houston Street, unfortunately. But here is one right in front of him. First one on the way. That's ball 1. That exaggerated windup, but still manages to keep contact with the pitching rope.
Yeah, one of the few closers that goes from the full windup, right?
Yeah.
Majority of them go from the stretch.
Good swing, but a foul, and it's 1-1. Tracy knows exactly how Mark Kotze is feeling. It was Tracy in game 1 that came through with that big 2-run, at that time, single. And tonight, Mark Kotze with a big 2-run double in the 8th inning and a 2-1 Padres lead. Close on that slider. 1-2.
You don't have to have the exploding slider. You don't have to have the 90-mile-an-hour slider. It's all about the location and the late break. It's exactly what Houston Street possesses there.
Ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chad Tracy.
Another slider right here.
Got it. Huntley went for the tag and got it. So 2 away. Houston Street 1 out away from recording save number 2 as a Padre. So Adam LaRoche will come up. Everybody getting to their feet. Low with the first pitch, 1 ball, no strikes. Which had that double earlier today. That came in the 4th inning. Right in between a strikeout looking and a ground out to third. So 1 for 3 in the game. Strike. 1-1.
And you wonder why managers get gray hairs.
I'm sure you can barely stomach to watch, you know. Just turn your back and let the crowd tell you what happened, right? Falling behind now, 2-1. Padres trying to snap a 2-game losing streak and win their 6th game of the year. Foul through the screen. Padres 1 strike away from salvaging a game here in the series. The pitch by Street. That's going to fall in for a single.
See how deep Venable was in left field. Taking away the extra base hit.
Well, if you like drama, you came to the right place. Jason Worth, who's responsible for the only run for the Nationals on a solo homer in the 7th, will come up. Pinch runner going in. Lombardozzi is going to take over at first base with a little more speed than LaRoche. So now it comes down to Street against Worth. And there you see what he's done in his career.
Pretty much bank on fastballs away, sliders away. Will Venable in right field played straight away, and Cameron Maben in center on the second baseman side of second base. Look at that pinpoint control, huh? He's amazing.
The glove barely moved.
Yeah.
Nice when the catcher can set a target and the pitcher just hits it. Takes away all the thought process. Foul to the screen.
We got a good pitch to rip at, but it was down, had a little bit of movement on it.
So again, everybody will stand. Comes down to this battle between Street and Worth. This should do it. Hudson will flip to Perino, and that's it. And the San Diego Padres come back and win this one and salvage a game in the series. The hero, Mark Kotsay. Big pinch hit, 2-run double. That provides the difference. And the Padres walk away with a win here tonight against those Washington Nationals. Once again, our final score. Padres 2 and the Nationals 1. Padres Live brought to you by Cox Communications. Coming up next is Mike Pomeranz will tell us what's coming up.
Guys, coming up in the post-game show, you can't get enough of Mark Kotsay. Not on a night like tonight, not when the team had lost 2 in a row, and the old pro comes through. We're going to break down that swing, that 2-run double. It was the difference maker for the Padres. Also, great night of pitching, both sides of the aisle. We'll take a look at Edinson Volquez's deal. You're going to hear from Bud Black, and Yonder Alonso comes alive. Post-game show in moments.